What's up guys, what's up, we are back with another garden update, a quick little video for you guys. Smash that like and let's get right in. Alright guys, so here we are in the garden having a look at the veg tent, and we got some really nice ladies I wanted to show you guys. Right here we got that 91 cherries, and that is a cross with the iCan Pop My Cherry that my homie Dab Marino actually cooked up. So mad shout out and big love to Dab Marino for hooking me up with these, man. I'm really excited to run these, and you guys can see the internodal stacking looks pretty nice. I'm really liking the spacing between these nodes. For me, spacing is a huge thing, guys. Now not just that, but I've also topped these ladies, as you guys can see, and they are actually shooting off pretty nicely already, man. So the truth is, I'm loving how this is running, so massive shout out to Dab Marino. But in case you guys were wondering, we actually got these running in the iCan Organics. We actually used a cocoa mix, a little bit of a cocoa mix blend with some worm castings and a little bit of the iCan Organics formula, man. It's just a really nice little mix, and the plants have been responding pretty healthily to it, so I gotta say I'm really happy with it. We got some really nice green leaves. Everything looks pretty good. Of course, we got a little oscillating fan blowing these leaves around so that these branches could eventually get nice and thick, nice and strong. Right now she's still a fairly small plant. She's not the biggest of girls just yet, as you guys may be able to see a little bit of the spacing and so forth, and straight down to the medium. This is some reused medium, by the way, guys. It's a little bit of reused medium, and you guys know we love to reuse our medium, but I have been thinking that maybe I may grab a few bags of brand new medium. And do you guys recommend anything? I've been using Pro Mix, but I'm open to some new suggestions. A lot of folks use Fox Farm. You guys can see this medium is in a 3-gallon pot right here, but it does look like this plant is outgrowing this pretty quickly, but we're still going to leave her in this for a little bit longer, guys. Really nice. And this is where the water typically hits, so you see a little bit of a divot right here. That's where, when I'm watering my plants, it hits right there. And because it's in a plastic pot, I just let it drink, and it just drinks it all up really nicely. But this plant is doing pretty well, man. So massive shout out to Dab Marino. We got a little yellow leaf hiding down here, probably the only yellow leaf in this whole thing right here right now, but things are looking really good. So massive shout out to Dab Marino. But we also got over here another plant that we wanted to show you guys, and this one is pretty nice as well. Now this one is that white Gary. We're actually in the middle of a transplant. She was in some 1-gallon pots for maybe just a little bit too long, so these lower leaves started to yellow, and that's usually a good sign, guys, if your plants are just running out of space or running out of nutrients in that little pot, because I have a habit of leaving plants in 1-gallon pots for too long. So as of 2026, I've been just going straight into bigger pots just because it saves me a little bit of time and I got so much going on. But typically up potting really helps to build your root ball, because this little root ball right down here, it'll really build size and mass. You guys can see we got roots around the wall of this plant right here, so it was really getting root bound in that 1-gallon pot. So the truth is, it was about time to transplant, and your plants always let you know when it's time to transplant simply by seeing some of these yellowing leaves down here. That's because the plant is cannibalizing itself. It's using up all the available nitrogen in particular, and nitrogen is a mobile nutrient, so that means it moves throughout the plant. So that's why up here everything looks really fine. 2 nice tops, the plant's looking good. We topped this lady, white Gary, but as you look lower down, you may notice that the plants is starting to use up those nutrients from the bottom up. So that's why we got to transplant her, and we actually threw in a little bit of the iCan Organics in here as well. So with the veg pack, she should be getting everything that she needs, that monster growth. I really love this veg pack, and you can use it as a top dress or mix it straight into the medium. So that's exactly what we did right here. We mixed it straight into the medium and transplant, and you guys can see these nice little white roots right here, looking pretty good. And this is from seed, guys. This is straight from seed. This white Gary is straight from seed. And we also got another one, another white Gary Fino, which is actually looking a little bit smaller than this one. Both of them are growing pretty small, but I think it's because they have runts in the lineage. So you know, runts plants usually typically turn out to be slightly smaller. So here we are, we got these plants and they're looking pretty nice, man. So let's just go ahead and get this transplanted real quick and get this into her new home in a 3-gallon. We're going from a 1-gallon to a 3-gallon right here, guys. And again, the roots are spiraling around this. You guys may be able to see that. It looks like the main taproot almost. It's just spiraling around this plant right here. and that's a sign that you should definitely get into a transplant. And that's one of the benefits of fabric pots over plastic pots. You get a lot less of this because of the air pruning, so that really helps your plant's root vigor and health. But for me, I just like plastic pots. No mess, none of that. Plastic pots just work out fine. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. But let's go ahead and get this transplanted because we want them to be all looking really good, guys. Let's go. Alright guys, so transplant 1 is completed. She's in her new home, if I can even speak correctly. She's in her new home, but we also do have another one right here, which we are getting ready. And we're just showing you guys how we use the iCan Organics when we mix straight into the medium. So we literally have a little bit of medium right here, and we've gone ahead and added the iCan Organics directly into the medium. And again, this is the beauty of the iCan Organics. You can mix directly into the medium, and then you just go on ahead and mix it all in. And you can do it as a top dress. It works great either way. But for me, every time I transplant, I add a little bit of iCan Organics, and it really helps the plants thrive. Now, use that code icanthc, it'll get you a nice little discount. Now, that said, we're going to go ahead, pop this other plant in because we got another white Gary right here. And this one is a little bit more finicky than the first one. You guys may be able to see already some of the leaves. They look a little bit, you know, slightly, I don't know, just a little bit stranger. And even when we topped her right here, she responded to the topping a little bit funny. You know, maybe it was more of a film. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But it just looks a little bit, I don't know. A little bit, I don't know, you know? I don't know. But let's go ahead and get her transplanted anyway, because we got to show them all some love. Again, it might be that runts lineage in here, right? I think this white Gary is Gary Payton crossed with the white runts. So let's go ahead and get her transplanted, guys. But she smells great in veg. Damn. Alright guys, so we got these ladies in their new homes and they're looking pretty happy. We're going to see how they progress. Again, we were using cocoa for this run because typically we have a lot of Pro Mix on hand, but for now we just literally had a bag of cocoa. So that's what we're using right here, just some straight cocoa, and you guys can tell already, just from the looks of it, it really does look like some cocoa, especially when you compare it to what's over here with some of the Pro Mix, some of the reused Pro Mix. So when it comes to the medium could play a big difference in how things play out, especially when it comes to how your plants uptake nutrients. For me, I'm not a big fan of the cocoa because you got to dial things in when it comes to the CalMag a whole lot more than you do when it comes to the Pro Mix. So for me, a little bit of Pro Mix, reuse living soil, that is my jam. But heck, we're gonna try and see how this turns out. This right here is that heavy cocoa mix right here, baby. Now let's show you guys what's going on in the other tent. Let's go. Alright guys, so here we are outside of that Mars Hydro tent, the beautiful Mars Hydro tent, if I do say so myself. I just love how tall it is. It's really quite tall. I've seen quite a few short 2x4 tents, but this one is a really nice tall one. Now that being said, we do have a few goodies hooked up, and you guys may have noticed some of them already, but let's show you guys what we got right here first. This is that Mars Hydro drainage and drip irrigation system, and right here we got the reservoir filled with water with the pump. If you guys have not seen the video when we actually got this whole thing set up, then you guys definitely should check it out. It's a massive reservoir, holds tons of water, 40 liters, and it's just amazing. Even if you want to like actually flick the on and off switch, you can run it without having to wait on it. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. Now that being said, it's all running through one system, guys. Let me actually pop this open and show you guys, and it's really useful. And again, we got everything, the power sensor, the entire system. It just runs so nice and seamless. And over here we also got another sensor, guys, so definitely check out Mars Hydro, guys. They got some really neat sensors, and these things will really help you dial in what's going on in your grow tent. For me, that's really important, having those parameters dialed in all the way in. And right here you guys may be able to see this is that temperature, light, and humidity sensor. It's the 3-in-1. The 3-in-1, baby. That's what you always want, what you always need. But they also got a bunch of other sensors, guys, everything that you could need. We also got the CO2 CO2 sensors running in this tent as well, everything, guys. So definitely check them out, see what they got going on, and you can power all this and connect everything, all your fans and everything, guys, to the Mars Hydro smart outlets, guys. It runs amazing, and it all connects through the app. So it's an entire smart system all in one, and for me, I absolutely love it. So massive shout out. Thank you, Mars Hydro. You guys rock. I love you guys.